Hitchhiker's Guide to Reid bringing the Senate back early over Syria Fox News menu. FoxNews.com. Politics. Search. Sign in to comment. Politics home. Executive. Senate. House of Representatives. Defense. Judiciary. Scandals. Leadership. Hitchhiker's Guide to Reid bringing the Senate back early over Syria. By Chad Program published September 6, 2014 FoxNews.com. Facebook 0, Twitter 0, LinkedIn 0. Advertisement. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, DNev, was bringing the Senate back in Friday for a brief legislative session. Here's some background in why and what happens after Friday. The move will break a nearly interminable, 5-week congressional recess a few days early. Neither the Senate nor House has conducted any legislative business nor opened the doors to their respective chambers since early last month. Both bodies were long scheduled to return to action next Monday at 2 p.m. The Senate Foreign Relations Committee raced on Wednesday to forge an agreement in a revised resolution which would assent to the president's plan to hit Syria. A markup session by the panel produced the reconfigured resolution in a vote of 10-7 with one member voting present. But despite the machinations and a lengthy, classified debate Wednesday morning which delayed the markup session, the Foreign Relations Committee successfully offered a Syria resolution and aimed to send it to the floor. Which it could do, if the Senate floor were open for business. An eloquent, impassioned debate about Syria won't unfold in the Senate floor Friday. Fewer than a handful of senators are likely to be on hand. The entire session may only last a few moments. All observers may see on the Senate floor is a clerical transaction. But it's a very important one. The Senate usually can't just file legislation in the floor and get to it right away. After all, this is the Senate. Under most circumstances, at least one day must pass. So, Reid will order the Senate into an abbreviated session on Friday to receive the Syria resolution from the Foreign Relations Committee. Reid will then let the weekend pass and begin in earnest on Monday, the day the Senate was supposed to come back to session in the first place. What does this get Reid and supporters of congressional authorization? It ever so slightly swells the calendar so the Senate can move as expeditiously as possible, without that being an oxymoron, to get the Syria resolution in the floor, debate it, pass it and possibly bat it over to the House of Representatives. With the Syria resolution filed in the Senate floor Friday, Reid can actually launch the legislative process on Monday. At some point on Monday, Reid would prospectively ask unanimous consent that the Senate move to the Syria resolution. It's more than likely that a senator will object, stalling the request. The Senate conducts much of its business by unanimous consent, or UC, in Senate jargon. But Senate rules often favor the minority. In other words, even if 99 senators wanted to start debate on the Syria resolution and one objected, the Senate wouldn't have obtained unanimous consent. So the Senate would be stuck. For a bit, at least. There's an avenue out of this parliamentary cul-de-sac. It's called invoking cloture. Doing that means the Senate can short-circuit a filibuster, even if someone is coming up the works simply by objecting. So, if there's an objection on Monday, the Senate is cemented in what's called the motion to proceed. The Senate can't formally move to the Syria resolution. But Reid can counter with a cloture petition. A cloture petition is a way to end the delaying tactic. If the Senate secures 60 votes to invoke cloture, it can stop the objection or filibuster and move ahead. But not right away. Reid may file his cloture petition in the motion to proceed to the Syria resolution on Monday. If the Senate hadn't started the process Friday, Reid may have to wait until Tuesday instead. But the Senate can't consider that petition right away. Why? Well, the Senate's the Senate. Cloture petitions essentially require an intervening day before they ripen and are available for a vote. So, if Reid files a cloture petition,